Yo, what is up guys, it's the Goblin, and today I'm back with another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video, talking some more about supply drops, some leaked supply drop, basically like a new tier of supply drops that may be coming into Black Ops 3. We're going to be talking about that today, sort of giving different opinions on it. Is it real, is it fake? And we're also going to be talking about another way that they can fix this supply drop issue, which technically it's not really an issue because people are buying the supply drops, Activision and Treyarch are making their money, but there has been a little bit of an outroar so far about how much you actually have to pay to get one of these new weapons and supply drops. So we'll talk about all that in today's video. If you guys all could drop a like on this thing, I'd really appreciate that. You could do it now, you can do it when you're done watching the video, whatever you guys want to do. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me lately. It's been absolutely awesome. And first off, let's start by talking about this new leaked arms dealer supply drop. So basically what this is we've had a little bit of a leak. Now this leak is basically just the game code written out on basically a paper or like a file or something like that. So this could be fake. Obviously, whenever you look at a leak, you need to look at how hard would it be to fake. So for example, when the HG40 comes out and you see the gameplay of it in the game, you're like, okay, no one's gonna spend a million hours designing this gun, putting it in the game, doing all that sort of stuff. Obviously this leak is most likely real. However, this one is just written down the game code. So this could actually be from the game code, and it looks like there's a bunch of info coming from this that actually piles it up into making it look a bit legitimate, but there's also some info that makes it look non-legitimate, and we're going to be covering all that in today's video. So basically what this is, and I'll leave an image down, the link to it down in the description. You don't really need to click on the image. I can just describe it for you guys right now, or I can show it up on the screen. What it is basically is it's has a bunch of the codes of the extra things they've added to the black market. Now I think this was leaked before actually these theme bribes or the supply drop bundle came true, which actually gives it a bit more credibility. However, Activision could have had this as they planned and then changed it since then. We don't really know. This info does come from a credible source. It's basically a guy who's been sending info secretly to Long Sensation. This guy who gave this info apparently has gotten quite a few things right about the melee weapons and stuff like that, which makes this credible. However, if this info is somehow, got mixed up and isn't actually from this guy, it could turn out to be fake, and I'll explain why I think this might be fake, because anyone could have written this down on a, written this down on a file and stuff like that. So basically what this file says is it says that black market bribe specialist themes, 300 COD points, 60 crypto keys, guaranteed specialist theme. We all know about the bribes, which came out about a few weeks into Black Ops 3, and then they took them away. And then the next one it has is the 50% off the 10-pack supply drop bundle, which both of these first two ones it turned out to be true. Now the third one is the one that hasn't come out yet, and it's a bit interesting. It basically says black market arms dealer guaranteed weapon. It's 1,000 COD points, which is basically $10, I think $10, yeah, $10 worth, or it is 150 crypto keys. And it basically says the arms dealer will grant you a new weapon. Each drop includes bonus crypto keys. So the new weapon, it basically leads me to believe that you wouldn't get duplicates through this. I think this would be a very cool thing to do, to have these super expensive supply drops that give everyone a free weapon, or not free weapon, you're paying for it, but a guaranteed new weapon. However, I think that a reason why, this could be correct, this could be coming in, but I don't think it will be coming in for 1,000 COD points or 150 crypto keys. And I'll talk about this. Basically in my video yesterday, I talked about how much money on average you have to spend per, getting a new weapon or a new melee weapon, and it's about $30 to $35. You usually get one probably about every 25 drops or something like that at this point in the game of Black Ops 3. So at this point in the game of Black Ops 3, like I talked about for a long time in my video yesterday, if you're getting one on average every $30 or $35, it costs you to get one of these new weapons in supply drops, and that's not even including duplicates. So if you're going without duplicates, it's going to be even more than that. And these arms dealer supply drops are leaked to cost $10, 10,000 or 1,000 crypto keys, or 1,000 COD points, or 150 crypto keys. It doesn't really add up. It seems like 150 crypto keys for a guaranteed free weapon is just ridiculous. It seems like at this rate there would be no point in even buying COD points. You would just play the game a lot, stack up your crypto keys, and use that to actually get the weapons, and you would basically, if it's a guaranteed new weapon every time, be able to get all of the new guns if you stack up and save up whatever. They usually drop in packs of 6, so you save up 800 or so crypto keys. Then when the new drops come out every month, bam, you get all the guaranteed new weapons. It just doesn't really add up, and it seems like too much of a compromise from the side of Activision and Treyarch for this to be true. Now, however, their theory could be that people don't really buy the drops as much. Obviously, we as the consumers, as YouTubers, don't have access to the stats to see how many people are actually buying these supply drops and how much money they're actually making. I'm sure they're making quite a bit of money off this stuff, but maybe going this route could actually make them more money, because right now people are scared to buy supply drops. They know it's a ripoff. However, if it was $10 for a guaranteed weapon, we could see people spending that. Now, back in the day, we remember back in Call of Duty Ghost and Black Ops 2, when they first had these DLC weapons and they weren't in the supply drop system, they cost $3.99. So I personally think that $9.99 is reasonable nowadays for a new weapon. It is a bit a weapon should probably cost, $6 or $7. $9.99 is a bit much, but it's a lot better than what we have right now. So I think people would be definitely willing to settle for that, and definitely will be willing to do that and pay that for these new weapons. However, if you think about it, to be honest, these new melee weapons are not worth as much as one of the real weapons in the game, like the HG40. For example, the melee weapon, the baseball bat, is essentially a reskinned sword. And people, a lot of people, when the dagger came out, and I showed that leaked gameplay of it to you guys, I asked your opinions, what do you guys think of this? A lot of people said this dagger is fake because it's exactly like the butterfly knife, but it turns out when they actually put these things into the supply drops, the baseball bat has the exact same animations of the sword, and they're basically just reusing these for the melee weapons. So in my opinion, a melee weapon is definitely not going to be worth the cost of a arms dealer at $9.99. So no matter what, if this is a real or fake, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about this? Do you think this is actually a solution that Activision is planning to put into the game? And will this calm down the hate about supply drops in their game? And the fact is that I forgot to mention in my video yesterday is basically with this whole supply drop stuff, it's not really an issue for Activision. As long as people are buying these supply drops, they don't need to do anything to change it. The supply drops are sort of an extra feature, and even if you spend $0, it really doesn't ruin the game for you. And that's one thing I could say Call of Duty does good, is it's technically not pay to win. If you don't have the HG40, if you don't have the new sniper, there's still a lot better guns in the game, and that's why it's technically not pay to win. And that's why even if you don't spend a dime on these supply drops, you will still be able to destroy people who have spent $1,000. However, this could, they could be putting in, as we saw with Advanced Warfare, the weapons that they put into supply drops just got better and better and better and better for them to, entice people to buy in these supply drops. Now, another thing I want to say is, this supply drop system can be good and bad for Call of Duty in different ways. Now, if they're making a lot more profit off of the games because of these supply drop systems, they could be using that profit they are taking from our money buying these supply drops, because Call of Duty is making more money than ever right now. Most likely, I don't have the exact statistics, but they've had more players than ever during Black Ops 3, more players, active fan base than ever, as well as with the supply drop system. I can assume, and the season pass, they are making the most money they've ever made in Call of Duty. And that's the thing that, sort of combats everyone saying Call of Duty is dead and stuff like that. It seems like Black Ops 3, in some people's mind, or a lot of people's mind, revived the series. Even though Advanced Warfare, I'm sure, did well in the sales, it wasn't, didn't get to the people's hearts as much as Black Ops 3 did. And that's why I want to say that this supply drop system and us spending money in this game could be good, for the fact that if, they're using these profits to make the games cooler, to get cooler designs, cooler guns, cooler maps. However, it could be really bad if they are just, saying, oh, we can just put out a mediocre Call of Duty game, throw in a freaking intervention ACR and an MP7 into these supply drops, and these kids will eat it up. They'll spend millions of dollars on these supply drop systems. And that's why this supply drop system is a huge topic. I've done, my video yesterday was talking about it, how much it costs, your chances of getting a new weapon, and now this leak with the arms dealer. It's all very interesting and very interesting to talk about. Now, my channel is not based around completely talking about supply drops, so I'm definitely going to be talking about other things and stuff like that. This will probably be my last video on supply drops for a while. But like I said, the supply drop system, the best way to make it friendly for the Activision, for the company, and for the consumers, and for everyone to be happy, for it to be a win-win, is to sort of make a market where if they don't want people trading real money, if they don't want me to buy a real, buy your HG40 for $8 and they take 20% of the profit at Activision, they could just do a marketplace with the crypto keys system, where crypto keys or COD points, you are selling them, you're exchanging them in order to get these new weapons. However, it's still all up for debate. I want to see you guys. I'm sure you guys have a bunch of creative ways that they could change the supply drop system to make it a lot better for the fans and the consumers, the active fan base of Black Ops 3, which is so big, the biggest it's ever been in Call of Duty history. But let me know, what do you guys think about the arms dealer supply drops? Could this be coming into Black Ops 3? I think it's definitely a possibility. The price could be even higher, or it could come out like this at this price, but only for a weekend, such as the bribe supply drops as well as the supply drop bundles that came out before. I think it's definitely a possibility that this arms dealer could be leaked and could be real. However, I'm not really sure about the 150 crypto key thing. I think it definitely, they should be charging more on the crypto keys, even though that makes sense logically. You know, 200 is a rare 30, and then you do the math, 1,150. It's just times 5. It makes sense logically. I just think that, you know, Activision, you know, the cash cow of Activision isn't really willing to give us that good of a deal on these new weapons. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did make it to the end of this video, comment dealer down in the comment section down below. Comment dealer or arms dealer, whatever you want to comment. Drop a like on this thing. I really appreciate that as well. And subscribe for a cookie and don't lookie. And I'm out. Peace.